Modern Dude Chat is brought to you by Beard Supply. BeardSupply.com. All natural beard care grooming products for your beard. Beard care for wildlife. Hey guys, welcome to the Modern Dude Chat podcast. We're your hosts, Cody and Chuck. Stick around. We've got something smoking.
On this episode of Modern Dude Chat, we're going to touch on Stranger Things Season 3. It was 4th of July weekend, so we're going to catch up and see what each other did, as well as talk about barbecue, smoking, and grilling.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to do our favorite podcast to listen to, maybe some content new or something you listen to. So we're finishing that series with our favorite podcast, and then we're going to touch on the sports update with the NBA and the U.S. women's national team. So, that being said, let's do it. What up, Cody?
What up, Chuck?
We are back in it.
What up, people?
Coming off the holiday weekend with another edition of Modern Dude Chat.
We're here. Modern Dude Chat.
Chat. Emphasis on the
We're back. I'm excited.
Yeah, always a good time to get caught up.
It's been a good week.
It's been a weird, strange week. Just schedule wise, been all over the place. That holiday right in the middle of the week throws everything off.
It's definitely weird.
But one thing we talked about last time that I was excited about for this week, I think I was looking forward to it more than the actual holiday itself, was Stranger Things.
Oh, dude.
The third season coming out.
4th of July morning, we woke up watching it. Oh, yeah.
Did you finish it already?
Yeah, we finished.
That's impressive. With as much as y'all do, and I don't know how you fit it in. I think I'm on episode 6 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm coming down I'm glued to it right now.
It's only 8 episodes. So,
yeah. It's
and they're
8.
only
45 minutes, I think.
45-minute range
ish. So
yeah, we knocked it up.
But yeah, and it was one of those the first episode or two, I was like, I don't know where, I was kind of like, I'm gonna push through it. And then again, once it got rolling, I was into it. I just didn't like where it looked like they were setting some stuff up. I didn't like how it looked like some of the story was going. But now I'm glued, and I want to see how it finishes up. So I'm into it. It just took a second,
dude. It's so good. I really like this season.
I was been watching.
I was impressed.
This is I am because it's a different dynamic with the show now, because there's the mystery element of it's kind of off because and it kind of like the character. Figuring out who people are, you already know all that. So now it's really down to the story. All the cool pieces of season 1, the mystery, the characters, all that's kind of, leveled off. And now it's on story, and the story is, I'm glued to it. I can't wait to see how it ties all in.
It's really focusing on each character and their relationships between all of them, Yeah, especially since they're preteens now. They're really early teenagers.
It's getting weird. It's getting weird.
Which is funny because that's the exact age that my son is at right now. So totally relatable. Because it's just even down to the way they talk and.
So one scene I want to talk about.
Tone,
one scene was like a gut check. I was like, oh, was when the original guys are in the basement, and one of them, Will's trying to play the Dungeons and Dragons, what they always used to play, and the other two dudes are talking girls and not into it, and he gets pissed because all he wants to do is be like old times. They're like, it's not like old times. We're growing up. It's not our fault we like girls. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, just because
Mike,
that
what a jerk.
That phase where you're 1 minute you do want to play games and goof off, and the other minute you trying to talk to your girlfriend on the phone for 2 hours. Yeah. Or back then anyways. So I was like, dang, that is such a real scenario.
Relatable.
I think everybody goes through.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, this season's really good, and I am anxious to finish it up.
Dude, it was so good.
I'm in those episodes, of course, which is typical of this show. The back half where like you don't want to turn it off. You want to see how it keeps going. I mean, it's cliffhanger after cliffhanger every episode.
Yeah, that was us. I mean, we just kept it going.
I'm so impressed that y'all finished it because it came out July 4th.
We woke up watching it.
It's the 7th. I mean, you had 3 days.
Yeah, we stay up late. So
okay.
Yeah, we stayed up late and watched it.
So I was thinking that it came out like 11 or 12. Like I was thinking.
Oh yeah, no.
Midnight Eastern Coast time it came out. So I stayed up thinking maybe I could fit the first 1 or 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
And then I found out it's midnight Pacific Coast time.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 or 3 in the morning
3
here.
a.m. Yeah.
And
2, 3
so
a.m.
that bummed me out, so I had to wait till the next morning. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, no, Stranger Things 3 is pretty good so far, and you can't spoil anything.
Dude,
for
I'm
me, but-
not other than just it amazed me at the product placement and all of this and like basically the ads throughout, right? Have you noticed that yet?
Yeah, dude, I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna say because we talked about if it was gonna be. Do you think it was well done or like over the top?
I have mixed feelings about it. I know that that's the direction that Netflix is going to head, and they need to head in that direction in order to survive. Like,
Yeah,
at times I thought it was a little over the top, but it's only because like I was noticing it and I looked at it, I think, in a different way. Like if you're just watching it and you're like, oh, JCPenney or oh, The Gap.
Yeah.
That's funny. I had those moments, but then as soon as I saw those, I was like, man, genius for JCPenney.
no, well, see, so
The Gap.
like I said, I'm 6 episodes in, and I didn't start thinking about it until like this morning when I was watching, and I was thinking about the podcast, and I was
Yeah.
like, we talked about ads, and then when I started thinking about it, is
Yeah.
when I started noticing it, and
Yeah.
I was more looking at like what based on what I've watched, which I would consider the big 3,
Yeah.
which are Coke,
Yeah.
7-Eleven, and Burger King. Those
are
all
all in there.
3. And in this one episode, like all 3 happened at the same time.
Yeah.
And I noticed it, and I was like, okay. But
Dude.
so I think it's been well done. But it's one of those things like every gas station is a 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like every time they drink something that's not out of a cup, it's a Coke.
Coke. Yep.
So,
New Coke.
but it's not like super cheesy, like
Yeah.
where they turn label perfect. It's like
Right.
you just know, you can tell just where they're
Well,
the little swirl. You can tell it's a Coke, or they a couple times they do sit it down straight up, but it's
they
not
do.
over
Yeah,
the
you
top.
can tell they do it intentional. There's an intentional like motion and direction and all that. But there's one episode where they go in on New Coke heavy. You haven't reached it yet.
Okay,
Or else
I'm
you
about
know
to
what I'm
say,
talking about.
I was like, okay, I guess
but
not.
now that I've mentioned it, as soon as it like
Well, I just know
hits, you're gonna realize, oh shit, this is
the
what
part
Cody's
I'm talking about is they're getting the food and so they get a Coke, and then the person goes and gets food, and they get Burger King, and then they're like Burger King, and they're like, yeah, it beats 7-Eleven, whatever, you know.
Yeah,
They hit
yeah.
all of them all in like one conversation. I was like, okay, all right, so,
little much.
but no, I think it's the way they're doing it's better than what I thought it would be. Like it
But you
could have
know
gone
what?
really bad.
But that's probably a conversation that kids had back in the 80s, though, right? Like they probably
Yeah.
legit had that conversation.
Well, it's so funny because like right now they brought New Coke back for Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Burger King has the upside down Whopper or whatever,
Yep.
and then I'm sure 7-Eleven has a Slurpee
Yeah.
or whatever. So it's not cringeworthy like a lot of people do it.
Right.
So I was okay with it, but I'm glad you brought that up. It wasn't. It was. It only not. It didn't even bother me. I just didn't think about it till I started intentionally
yeah.
thinking about it. So
I thought they did overall. I thought it was done.
but
well.
they gotta do something.
It was done
Netflix
well.
on the
Yeah.
road. Netflix
Overall,
on
I
the
think it
road.
was done well. So, and it's Stranger Things, so it's like you can't like hate on it. I love Stranger Things. Everything about it.
No, it has not let up. It has been.
I think
great.
it's brilliant. You
So,
know,
All right, let's get into the meat and
Good
potatoes.
stuff. Oh, wait, time out.
No.
Real quick. Same subject. Since we were talking about Stranger Things, I just want to tap in real quick to the gaming community. Fortnite
Oh yeah, I saw this.
steps it up again and is as relevant as they can be. They have a collab with Stranger Things.
I saw a picture of again. I don't play Fortnite, but I did see the pictures going around the internet about
Yeah.
the portals opening up in the Fortnite
Well,
world. I don't know what else.
That was
there
the
is.
beginning, so I haven't dug into it any further. But apparently there was portals all throughout the map.
So it came out on the 4th, but I think on the 3rd the portals started showing
Yeah, the
up.
portals started
The
showing
day
up.
before the show released. I
Right.
don't know what happened after that or what the
I
portals
think
did.
on July 4th or the day after, then the portals actually led you to actual places.
The upside down Fortnite.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I haven't messed with any of that yet, and the kids haven't mentioned anything about it, so they know about the portals. But anyways, I think Fortnite's killing it as far as what they're doing and staying relevant. I mean, it's like they don't skip a beat. It was Marshmallow, it was Stranger Things, it was Avengers.
Yeah.
Like they're not skipping a beat.
That was pretty cool when I did see that.
Yeah.
If I was any good at that game, I would jump on just to see what it was about. But I'm not even good enough to even play it.
Yeah. No, it's just great. They're tapping into all of that. It's a great idea. It's brilliant.
All right, but I want to know what I'm about to sip on because
You ready?
the name is something else, and I like the little logo at the top of it.
Dude, it's perfect for I've been drinking it all weekend. It was a perfect beer for 4th of July type festivities. Out in the hot sun drinking,
Yeah,
So, let's go. You ready to kick it off?
let's do it.
This is another beer feature of the week. This is Rar and Sons Brewing Company, which is out of Fort Worth, Texas. This is the Adios Pantalones,
Which is
a cerveza de sesión. It's a beer with lemon and lime. So, Adios Pantalones ends up meaning pants optional, basically.
okay.
Or
Goodbye
pants.
Goodbye pants.
Yeah.
That's how I read it.
It says Rar and Sons Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Cerveza, refreshing citrus notes and aromas, crisp and clean, light body, brewed with lemon and lime. Pants optional. Adios.
Nice.
So let's see here. This comes in at 4.5% alcohol by volume.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good. It's a good beer, dude. It's,
Now I am familiar with Rar and Sons. I just have not had this beer, so I'm
this is like
ready
your perfect summer beer. To be honest with you,
nice.
I'm trying to figure out.
But I like so right above their name, they just have a little logo of pants.
yeah. It's like a pair of shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a nice touch.
So this is like your. I was trying to make sure I got this right. This is like your average lager with lemon and lime. So it's brewed with lemon and lime.
Okay.
Good stuff, man. I've already had it, but I'm excited for you to try it.
I have a couple ideas of what I think it will taste like, and I'm anxious to see what the actuality is.
How you like that lemon and lime on the bottom?
Yeah, no,
Almost looks like a Sprite
that intrigued me.
logo, right?
Yeah,
They did well with that.
I'm in on it. I'm interested.
And the other thing
and eager.
about this is it's an all like almost like pink can, right? With black lettering or black label and white lettering.
It screams summer for sure.
Yeah. Let's dive in.
All right, let's
You
crack
ready?
it.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, go
Just
again.
Keep drinking.
Drink again.
If more happens.
Oh yeah.
Is this one of those you just keep taking drinks?
I mean,
of,
you just
and by
keep
the time you're done, you've had 6.
pretty much.
Yeah. No, it doesn't kick, which is nice. Like it goes smooth.
Can you taste like the lemon and lime in the background?
I got the citrus, and it's just a hint, just enough.
Yes, just enough.
Just enough to change it up from a regular beer.
So yeah, it's just a lager basically with.
No, yeah, this is
Man, we've been killing it.
it's not gonna weigh you down. It's not gonna. I mean, yeah, like you said, if it's hot outside, pool, chilling, grilling, this is where it's at. This is not a bad choice.
20 IBUs, so it's not bitter. It goes down easy.
Yeah, which is right on my level. Right on my level. Adios Pantalones.
Good beer.
From Rar and Sons.
Even
Brewing
better name.
Company. Yeah, the name's great.
All right, man.
As always, with good beer, we have good music. What do you got for us this week?
Oh man, I got some fire
albums that
Fire.
Fire.
Okay, hit me with them.
That's what the kids are saying.
That's what the kids say.
I'm going to start with Dreamville.
Yeah, good choice.
It dropped.
Yeah, finally.
It's out there.
Finally, we've been waiting.
It is hot.
Waiting, and it did not disappoint.
Dude, I've listened to that album all the way through quite a few times. Really good. And there's even a documentary out on YouTube. I watched that. That was good too.
I have
to check it out. It's kind of like behind the scenes type thing.
I will add it to my YouTube watching.
It's really good. It's a good like 30-minute documentary on YouTube about Dreamville and the album. But anyways, my favorite on there is Sacrifices. It's the very last song on the album.
Okay, I have
check it out.
I haven't got to listen to the full album. I've got bits and pieces.
That's one of my favorites on there. Let's see what else. So yeah, Dreamville, dude. J. Cole fan, and it didn't disappoint. The next one, Jaden Smith.
Dude, I saw it and I did not listen to it. Do I need to?
Yeah, you need to.
Okay,
it's good. It's a good listen.
That's a weird curveball you're throwing me.
It is, and it took me. It obviously
because I couldn't even click on it.
Yeah. It took me just clicking on it and then pushing play and listening to it to be like, okay, I dig it. There's a lot. Actually, there's a lot on there that I really liked. So
I'm going to check it out now.
Definitely check it out, man. I mean, we're talking about Will Smith's son, so
yeah.
He's a creator.
He's a weird cat.
He is a weird cat, but man, he did a really good job on this album. I'll be honest.
Okay, I was curious,
definitely
but
listen to it.
Didn't move forward with it. Now I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm going to try that one.
Definitely listen to it. Post Malone came out with a new track.
I didn't think we were going to include.
Friday.
I didn't think we were going to include that
I'm
one.
bringing it up.
Oh man, because I don't want to hate on Posty.
You got to, man. I wasn't. We both agreed we weren't into it.
We were looking forward to it when we got the hint that something was dropping, and it just wasn't it. It wasn't.
I wasn't into it.
Wasn't feeling it.
And I've even listened to it numerous times, and I'm just now I've officially I'm not a fan of it.
I did one listen through, and I was like, nope. And then you played it earlier while getting ready, and I was like, yep, still a no.
Yeah, it's real poppy. You know,
it made me want to go back and listen to the other stuff. Like honestly,
yeah. To revive him. Yeah.
Well, just because because I like his sound, but that just wasn't. I wasn't feeling that song.
It was poppy, but anyways, that's all I got, dude.
All right, so let's dive right into the holiday. So this was one of those weird ones where the holiday came on a Thursday. Some people had to work on a Friday. I think I had to work. You had to work,
yeah,
right?
I was there, man.
So yeah, we got Thursday off, Friday work, back on the weekend. So little weird. My schedule I know at home's been jacked up all week because my wife was off all week. So
nice.
The kid, we've just been all over the place, just kind of going with the flow, just crazy schedule. Do y'all go out? Do y'all do stuff for 4th of July or what?
We went and watched fireworks on the 4th, and that was it. We didn't do much Friday. We just hung out at the house Friday night. And Saturday, dude, let's see, Saturday, I worked a lot Saturday actually.
Like work?
Beard Supply.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I was up there hustling, man, getting those orders out. But yeah, dude, I actually worked half a day Saturday and then mowed and then kicked it Saturday night. And then Sunday, today we had a shindig for my mom. It's her birthday today, actually. Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
And had the family come out to our house. We kicked in the backyard, had some cervezas. It was like a taco inspired, little party. So we had tacos,
Taco Sunday,
cervezas, and lots of limes and
adios pantalones.
Yeah, adios pantalones. Yeah, all that good stuff. So, man, it was good. We had a good time,
dude. Yeah, that's a nice balanced weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So cool. Yeah. So again, I had to work, but 4th of July is just not our thing. And it's definitely not mine because I'm hot. Is it hot natured or if you're hot natured, does that mean you get hot easily, or does that mean you're cold?
You know what? I've always struggled with that. I can't honestly answer you.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say hot natured is when you get hot easily.
Yeah, I would say so.
So I'm hot natured, is what I'm gonna say. I'm committing to that. I get hot easily.
That makes sense.
I get hot easily.
Yeah.
And so Texas heat is brutal, and this week
It's
finally
dumb.
kicked up. I think today it was 97 and felt like 106.
It sucked.
And so I try not to get active and 4th of July with young kids is just, man, it's a grind. Cause we went to, our town has a little parade, in the morning, 4th of July morning. So we went and did that. Kids love it. They throw candy and whatnot, get to see the motorcycles and the horses and all that good stuff. And then what we usually do, which again we did this year, is we get the family, we just go to the pool. We ordered pizza. So we ordered pizza, went to the pool, and we just kicked it at the pool. And then that was like pretty much the extent. Like our kids skipped nap and were just beat. Like they were, after parade and pool, by 3-4 o'clock, they were worn out. We didn't even make fireworks. Like my house was lights out before the sun went down. And so, it's been that way every year. It's just we do all the daytime stuff, and then come nighttime we're just ready to crash. We did our fireworks celebration consisted of sparklers and tanks in the backyard.
Hey, that's all you need, man.
Classic. And we had a great time. And my 3.5-year-old, she loved every minute of it.
That's awesome.
And but that was it. And then I worked half day on Friday, and then really it's just been pool. Like we just every day in the afternoon we just go and hit up the pool because we go to my parents' house and they have a pool.
Yeah.
And then like work wise, like this weekend we were actually outside a lot because finally went and did it. Like we've been talking about power washing.
Yeah.
So we have a back porch, and when we first moved in, we power washed, and it looked brand new. And so it's been 2 years, and so we decided it was time again. Power wash the porch, and then we were like, all right, let's power wash the fence and see what's happened. I sent a picture to a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I said, so I showed a part of the fence where I hadn't done it, and the part where I did.
Yeah.
And so I did, before and after. And he was like, dude, you put up a new fence. That's awesome. And I was like, no, actually I didn't. I just power washed it.
No way.
And our backyard looks fresh and clean. Fresh yard mode. The porch looks brand new. The fence looks brand new. Power washing is amazing. And
That's
not only
crazy.
that, it's freaking therapeutic. When you just have a grimy fence post or like a driveway or sidewalk or whatever, and you just blast it and it just
see you later.
Brand new. And I mean you just write your name in it. Just watching it just blast off instantly is insane. Awesome. I don't know. Me and my wife are fighting over whose turn it was to use it and clean clean whatever it was. So yeah, we pool and cleaned up the backyard. Yeah. So, and the kids were outside, they play in the shade, and we set the sprinkler out for them.
Nice.
And so they played in the sprinkler, we power washed the fence, and that was it. Like it was just chill family.
That's good. That's how it should be.
But no, we don't. Like I said, we don't go all out. We used to do fireworks and shows and stuff. But
that's hard because
we don't.
When you have young kids, like the fireworks don't go on until it's dark. So you're forced to wait till after what?
Well,
9 o'clock.
The town
here?
ones was planned for 9:15, and they didn't even start till almost 10 because the sun took forever to go down that day.
Yeah.
So our kids were long asleep before, and we're sticklers about schedule.
Yeah.
We don't play around with the schedule.
Yeah. Because they can jack all kinds of things
and
up.
It does. Our kids are if you throw off their routine, they lose their mind. So we try to avoid at all costs.
Yeah.
And
I understand that.
And so we're out on fireworks. So that's why we just did our little celebration in the backyard. And
that's awesome.
We're good.
Dude, yeah, we just went and watched fireworks one night. We were supposed to go Saturday night, but we went Thursday night, July 4th, and it's really nice because we drove to the town next to ours. They put on a pretty good show, and it's less than 10 minutes down the road, like a back road. And what people do is they pull off on some of the side roads and park in the median, and you just chill because they're doing it at a park down in the city, downtown area. Anyways, we parked in the median. Kids got in the back of the truck, the truck bed, posted up. We ate some popcorn, watched the fireworks, and then peeled off.
Yeah.
And went right back home, and that was it. That was it.
That is what is great about our house is that if you go on the right side of my front yard, or you can go down to the inner street at the
Yeah.
corner. You can see the fireworks.
Yeah.
Now it's smaller and the sound doesn't match, because the light travels faster than sound.
Yeah.
But we have before straight up set lawn chairs in the yard, and we could see the
could see it.
fireworks
Yeah.
from our house.
That's awesome.
Essentially. So
I bet. Imagine if you got on your roof.
that would be
Your
awesome.
kids would even think you're a hero if you got them on
But
the roof.
everyone's out, so I step out and okay, take a peek, see a couple fireworks, but yeah, so it is nice. We have done that way in the past when we were into it. We actually at my new house and my old house, we had views of the fireworks. So
nice.
we never really go actually to the event. We find a place to chill close by.
Yeah.
So like you said,
Yeah.
if we want to cut out, we're out of there.
We weren't trying to get all up in there and get stuck in traffic. What we do is we usually park on the outskirts, watch it at a distance, and then peace out. That was the best.
Yeah. Now, what I did, so like I said, we ordered pizza on
That's
4th of
awesome.
July.
Yeah. What kind of
Because-
pizza?
Oh man, we
Can you
got,
disclose that, Chuck?
like what place?
Yeah. Brand.
We went.
This is a big deal.
Well, it's not going to be a big deal
it's
because
not a
it's
chain.
local.
It's not a chain.
It's not a chain. It's
Okay.
local. It's
That's a huge difference.
It's
Shout 'em out. Go on ahead. Shout 'em out.
It's Peddlers. We got
It's
our
legit.
Peddlers pizza. It's a favorite for most people.
I understand now why you guys do that, and that's a tradition because that's legit pizza.
I will eat it from time to time, but it's not my favorite. I will say that. But,
Really? What's your favorite?
From time to time, it is. So overall general favorite is Papa John's,
Okay. That's always been my fave.
but thin crust at Pizza Hut goes hard in the paint.
Can't deny that.
So if I want just regular pizza with the garlic dip
Yeah.
and the breadsticks,
Yeah.
Papa John's all
All
day,
the way.
every day.
Yeah.
But if I want that crispy thin crust, I go to Pizza
Can't
Hut.
go wrong.
But
okay.
every once in a while, throw that Peddlers in and it's gold. So we got
Nice.
Peddlers. But normally 4th of July is a big grill and barbecue day.
Yeah.
So we had 2 racks of ribs that were not frozen on Saturday.
Nice.
And we had plans. We were supposed to do something, and then it was just kind of like everyone just like, it's too hot.
yeah.
We're not going out.
Yeah.
So we just all hugged down. As soon as I found that out, I said, well, we're going to be working in the yard. I'm going to fire up the smoker. So I
Nice.
smoked 2 racks of ribs
Nice.
on Saturday for no other reason than we wanted ribs and mac
Just for
and
the
cheese
heck
for
of
dinner.
it. Heck yeah.
And kids ate it up.
Dude,
loved
I'm glad.
every bit of it.
It makes me so happy that you threw in the mac and cheese because
Dude, that's
you
all we
can't
had.
do ribs without mac and cheese.
Ribs and mac and cheese. And my kids were in heaven.
Amazing.
And we were in heaven too because
Amazing.
I made the best rack of ribs I've made
Ever.
to this point. Yes, ever.
No
I
way.
I made one regular like I normally do, and I made one did a little different and actually included sauce.
Okay.
And it was
So let's do this, Chuck.
Legit.
Let's go all the way in. Is this are we going into our segment?
yeah,
You ready?
yeah. Let's
This
do
is
it. We're
barbecue
there.
talk.
We're barbecue, smoker, grill, and talk.
So keep that going. Best rack of ribs you've ever
Yes,
created.
yes,
Okay, this weekend.
yeah.
Is that typically what you do on 4th of July weekend? Is like ribs and
Normally, we'll
What do
just,
you typically do?
Normally do classic hamburgers
'Kay.
and
Hot
hot
dogs.
dogs. But the last 2, I guess 2 4th of July's or whatever.
yeah,
I am a Traeger guy.
yeah.
I bought a Traeger pellet smoker,
Heck yeah.
and I don't
jealous.
care what anyone says or what any shit talk anyone gives me. That thing is legit, and I can make some killer stuff on it.
Yeah.
So.
It looks legit.
Like Saturday, when I got time and we got the meat, I'm throwing it on a Traeger.
Nice.
So here recently, I will cook ribs, wings, chicken. I've done burgers and I've done steaks on there, but my go-to is like if someone, gun to my head, you have to cook something to stay alive.
Yeah.
I'm cooking ribs or hot wings.
Yeah.
And that's my lane. I've tried one brisket, turned out okay. Like I haven't tried really a brisket yet, or like pork butt or none of that, pulled pork or anything. I haven't went there yet, and I really don't know why. It's not like I'm scared of it or nothing. It's just that's a lot of meat for 2 people. Like if you're not doing like a big party or something,
Dude, yeah.
that's a lot of meat.
That's a lot of meat.
But yeah, so here's why the ribs we think we're off the chain. So I'd make them a certain way,
Please tell, because
special
there's
way,
a certain way I make them too.
and so I'll just tell you basically what I do is, so I put the rub on them and I smoke them
Okay.
for about 3 hours
Okay.
on a smoker.
Yeah.
Then I wrap them in foil, but before I wrap them, I put a nice little bed of brown sugar,
Okay.
the squeeze butter, very, very specific. Squeeze butter. Do some squeeze butter on it.
Squeeze butter.
And a little bit of honey.
Oh, snap.
Lay it meat down on top of that mixture.
Yeah.
Wrap it up in foil and put it back on a smoker for about 2 hours or so. And then
Holy shit.
I peel it off. And you can take them off then, but I usually peel it off and leave them on for another 15, 20 minutes just to get a little crisp
Seared.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're ready to rock. But I say that because I'm not a big sauce, like barbecue sauce person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So most of the stuff I make is dry rub or
Okay.
sauceless.
That's it.
And but my wife requested, she said, "Can you try one with barbecue sauce?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So I put a little bit barbecue sauce on one rack, and that rack was amazing.
No
I'm not
problem.
talking like pour it on. I'm just putting a nice
Glaze.
little layer
Yeah.
and finished it up. I cooked it normal. I skipped the brown sugar and honey. I just did squeeze butter
Okay.
in my wrap. And then after I unwrapped them, I just put a little bit of brushing
Yep.
for about 15 minutes
Yep.
afterwards just to seal it
Man,
up.
You did it right.
And whoo, boy, that was
You did it
awesome.
right.
But it was like the perfect balance because our fingers weren't just covered in barbecue
yeah.
sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But they tasted so good. Like, oh my gosh, my wife just
That's
would not
awesome.
stop. And I'm like, I'm not a sauce guy, but this is great. so yeah, ribs and wings.
Heck yes, dude.
And I think you can attest to my wings are pretty nasty.
Wings are you figured the wings out.
And my
You got it
wings,
down.
I won't go really because my wing recipe is complicated because it's combined. So I've tried 5 or 6 different
Yeah.
wing recipes.
Yeah.
And I had 3 that I liked, but what I ended up doing was like taking elements from all 3 recipes to make my own. So
Nice.
there's a little bit of everything going on, and I will say for my wings, I do marinate them. So if I do those, I have to start it the night before because I have a mixture I put together,
Yeah.
let them marinate in for 24 hours ish, and then
Nice.
throw them on the smoker. But yeah, that's that.
dig it.
I'm doing work on the Traeger so here's the thing with the Traeger. It's a pellet smoker,
Yeah.
so you can smoke low, which your low temperature 180, 200, 225. Get that smoke in there, or you can crank that bad boy up to about 450, and that's where you can do a little searing, do burgers, do your steaks, do your
Nice.
chicken.
Okay.
So if we just want chicken for the night, I can go in there, crank it up. Chicken takes about 20, 30 minutes. We're good to go. Just,
Nice.
a little bit longer than a regular grill,
Yeah.
but not brutal. And then like the ribs take 6 hours for me. So I mean I can go both ways on the Traeger, which is why I like it.
Dude, that's awesome. I haven't got one yet, but I'm trying to gain some knowledge on the Traeger. I have a buddy that I work with, and then both of you guys that I've talked to really enjoy the Traeger grill, and there's just the ease, like how easy it is to use it.
Yeah.
It's just, and the pellets blow my mind too, and just the engineering behind it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, but here's what you get when you get a Traeger. You get shit talking from everyone else who still uses a stick burner. They use wood, like your classic wood smoker, which I have one friend smokes a lot too, but me and him get in arguments every time we cook for each other because I'm a cheater and he's the real cooker. And so we always threaten a cook-off between each other, and he basically says I'm baking. He says I'm baking everything is what he says.
Oh,
He's like,
okay.
it's just an oven. You can. That's why you pay for it, because you can legit. If you're going to smoke something, it keeps your temperature in range. You don't have to babysit it.
Right.
So that's the appeal.
That's awesome. Yeah, because you're not up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. So for someone like me who has young kids, who's running around all the time, if I know something's going to take 3 hours to cook, I can sit that bad boy, go do what I need to do, and come back and not have to worry about it. Like
exactly.
when I did try that brisket, I put it on at midnight.
Yeah.
Didn't even check it. Got up at 8, and it was still perfect temperature.
That's awesome.
So
crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
Traeger offers like that model offers like a convenience factor, right?
Yeah.
So you're not having to babysit it and monitor it throughout the night, which is typically when people smoke meat through the sleeping hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to get one. I'm definitely planning on getting one. My rib recipe is similar to yours. The barbecue sauce. So what barbecue sauce do you use? Is there a favorite or specific?
If I get, because I'm very, again, this is a little strike against my native Texan in me, but I'm not a big barbecue sauce guy, like I said. So I am picky, and I don't like it slathered on. Like I'll do a little dip or a little glaze, but I don't like crazy. But for this, I use Sweet Baby Ray's original.
High five.
And that is our favorite. Like we love that stuff.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah.
That's what I use. I use the hickory.
Yep.
Or I think it's hickory barbecue or honey barbecue.
They got like a sweet and spicy too that I like. Yeah. But for this we use the original. Just the original.
Yeah, you can't go Sweet Baby Ray's period. You can't go wrong. That's the one, dude. And exactly like you mentioned, like just the light glaze of the barbecue sauce on the top. Right before you sear it, and then my rub has brown sugar and garlic powder, salt, pepper, all that good stuff. The way I prep it though is a little bit different. So I butter the ribs a little bit, lightly butter the ribs
before you even start them.
Before I even start.
Okay.
First thing.
See, I put my rub on first thing. I rub them down.
So my rub comes next.
Okay.
I
so you use the butter, just
lightly butter.
Gotcha.
And then I apply the rub, and then it goes on the smoker.
Interesting.
Yeah, try it.
I rub it down and then I smoke it for 3 hours. Then that's when I wrap it. I put the butter on when I wrap them.
Gotcha.
Is when I add the butter.
Try it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that probably has.
They definitely fall off the ribs. I mean, guaranteed.
See, and here's the difference. Here's the thing with fall off the bone, and I'm not trying to attack you because it may be right, but there are people out there who make fall off the bone ribs, but there should be a little tug there, just a little bit of. I mean, like if you can just slide, like almost like you boiled the ribs, if you can just slide like a lot of restaurants do, if you can just slide the bone out and it's a little, juicy and just
it's weird.
That's not how ribs are supposed to be.
I agree.
I'm just telling you. But I know what you mean. Like mine are what I would say
easily pulled off.
But there should be a little bit of
a
tug.
snag. Yeah.
Like the first time I made ribs for some people that are used to fall off the bone, they were like, "Well, these aren't fall off the bone." I said, "Yeah, they're not supposed to be."
Yeah.
So I
agree with that.
There's a little bit of tug there, but the thing is when you should be able to lift it on the bone.
Yeah.
Bite it and then it come off.
Yeah.
But if you just are able, which I don't know if yours are or not,
to pull that rib.
I don't think they are.
No, they're not.
But if you just lift it up and the bone kind of falls
slips right on out, that's weird.
That's not, that ain't it.
I agree.
So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that because I've had that discussion with other people. And they're like, "Oh yeah, fall off the bone." I'm like, "Yeah, but we got to clarify because."
No, I agree. I can agree with that.
But like the sauce, like you said, like a lot of restaurants, like when they bring the ribs and then they bring you like a plate of wet naps.
Yeah,
I'm like, this ain't what I signed up for. Like I will order a sauce on the side sometimes just because that's too much.
It's
like bathing in the sauce. And I'm
the same way. I lightly coat it with barbecue sauce. Same motions, and then periodically I'll drizzle that rub over the top of it, just kind of moisturize it.
So let me keep it
going.
Here's a little something for you. Here's a little tip, little trick. I don't do this every time, but I've done it before, and it keeps it moist. So while you're smoking it or whatever, every 45 minutes, get a little spray bottle, put apple juice in it, Give it a little spritz every 45 minutes
Yeah.
while you're cooking. Just
I remember you telling me about
adds
this.
a little flavor to it, just a little bit, and then keeps it moist. But like pork, popular wood is you can use apple wood.
Yeah.
So you put the apple juice with it too.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I mean, it's not over. It's just it keeps your ribs a little moist. Adds a little bit extra flavor, a little apple on there.
Okay.
So I don't do it. I don't do it every time because I do forget to buy applesauce.
That's a good
apple juice, and a spray bottle. But
it's a nice little barbecue hack.
But
there,
but yeah, I read that, picked that up somewhere. But,
dude, here's my hack. I've been grilling on the same charcoal grill for almost 10 years. No lie.
Okay.
That's crazy. That sucker has so much flavor wrapped in it and trapped in it. You know the red one I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm very familiar with it.
That thing has been everywhere, and I've had it almost 10 years now. I could definitely say that. I don't know what it is, but it's just something about charcoal grilling. Do you like charcoal grilling? Do you prefer it?
I do.
Now that you have the Traeger, is it a little bit different, or?
So when I was younger, I could never get the hang of a charcoal grill, so I didn't use it, and so I was a gas grill person before I got my Traeger.
You know what changed it for me is the charcoal chimney.
Yes, no, that's exactly it.
What changed.
You were
it
the
for
first
me.
person I saw use that.
Yeah.
But so in addition to my Traeger, I do have a little like tabletop charcoal grill.
Yeah.
That I use like sear if I want to do burgers or something real quick.
Yeah.
I do have a charcoal grill now. But yeah, no, I prefer between gas and charcoal. I prefer charcoal. I just could never master it.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. It's tough. So, and I brought that up because I cooked chicken for the first time in a long time on that grill, and I've never mastered chicken on that charcoal grill. Like, it's so hard to get it perfect. Like, I've always made sure that I cooked it thoroughly,
right?
But it's always been to the point to where it's like almost dry, too dry, not moist enough.
Yeah.
So same thing again. I did a little bit better yesterday when I did the chicken on the grill, but it was still just like, you can take like a thermostat or whatever it is, a thermometer, test it, the internal temperature. But it's just not the same. Like, you want to eyeball it and make sure that you cooked it all the way through.
As long as
then not burn it, at the same time.
So with chicken, as long as
grill.
the juice runs clear, you're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. Chicken's a little difficult, I would say, on the grill.
Yeah.
Like without. But see, here's what gets me in trouble is I actually, which is weird. I up front admit that I actually like dry chicken.
Okay.
So if I overcook it, I enjoy it. So, but my wife will straight up be like, "You did it again." I'm like, but with I have gotten a lot better. Like I've nailed the chicken for my wife, but I actually prefer.
I bet on that smoker, it's great.
I bet, it is good. It is good.
Yeah, I bet it is.
But no, I actually prefer a dry chicken. So if someone overcooks it, I'm like, great,
You're good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm not going to the hospital later.
Yeah, that's always a plus.
Yeah.
I think so. At my kids' party, we decided to grill a bunch of chicken and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was taking forever. Like I was smoking it, and it was just taking longer than. So I finally thought, I was like, all right, I'm good. I pulled it. My dad bites into it. He said, "You got there, but you barely got there." And I was like, well. So, I mean, chicken's a fine line. There's a fine line with chicken.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But yeah, anyways, charcoal grilling, smoker grilling.
Before we move on, I'll just ask you, do you do your own rub recipes?
Yeah,
or?
From scratch.
Okay, see, yeah. I do not. I have done
you don't?
it. Nope. I do.
Should,
so
man.
I have a cabinet full of, now on my wings, yes.
Yeah.
I make all the wing stuff myself.
Nice.
But I've tried quite a few, and I do want to say, if you can get your hands on some Meat Church rub.
I've heard of it.
They have a variety, and they are fantastic. So my go-to rubs are Meat Church.
Nice.
And they have quite a few different ones.
Dude,
for
that's
different
awesome.
meats and different cooks. But Meat Church.
I haven't tried any of that yet, but I've heard really, really good things about Meat Church. So And I've heard really good things about his barbecue.
Oh yeah, because he's like they have
He's sponsored by Yeti. I know that.
he's sponsored by Yeti. He's sponsored by Traeger.
That's right. Yeah.
They go to all the competitions. They go. They're in deep in all of it, and they cook. They do classes. You can actually sign up for classes at Meat Church, and go out there and grill and cook and learn and all that stuff. Which I really
awesome.
want to do. Like I have looked into it and I've thought about it, but
Dude, that'd
that's
be
something
fun.
I'm real interested in.
Heck yeah, that'd be fun.
So yeah, you go out, you get like a sign up, you go out there with a bunch of other guys and learn how to cook and smoke, and it's like an all day thing.
Nice.
Get a pack of goodies to take with you. So, but yeah. Anyway, check out Meat
I
Church
like
if
it.
you can.
Yeah, I do my own, man. I picked it up from somebody, changed it up a little bit, so it's kind of my own now. It could be somebody else's. Who knows? But yeah, we make it from scratch. It's really good. It has a lot of brown sugar in it, spices.
Yeah,
It's good stuff.
sweet. But all right, well, let's go into our finale of this series of media content we've been
The
doing.
summer series? Is that what you're talking about, Chuck?
Is that what we're calling it? Summer? I don't know. The
Summer
summer
series.
media series, whatever this thing is we're doing, we've reached
Top
the
5.
finale.
Or 10.
And this week we're doing podcasts. We're gonna just run through our list of our favorite podcasts that
Yes,
we
sir.
listen to, what kind of got us into this, and kind of just a little something. If you've heard of it, haven't heard of it, just something you can go check out. In addition to Modern Dude Chat.
Heck yeah.
So just a little background on my podcast listening style ish, habits, whatever. I do have my go-tos I listen to all the time, but I find myself jumping back and forth. Like for a few months, I'll listen to like the true crime, and then
Yeah.
I'll bounce to history, and then I'll pick up one of them podcasts is just a single story. So
Yeah.
it's kind of just a mood, and I just bounce around. Basically, there's a podcast for anything. So
Yeah.
if you're in the mood for something,
Yeah.
you can go find it.
That's
So
true.
that's kind of how I have my regulars, and then I bounce around a little bit.
Same here.
Anyway,
Same here.
So-
Definitely have my regulars.
so let's get the obvious one out of the way. We mentioned before we both listen to Joe Rogan. If you don't listen
Yes.
to Joe Rogan, it's probably hard to keep up with every single episode, but
Yeah.
there's some gold there. If you like what I do is,
And I don't watch every episode. I pick and choose, really.
I see who the guest is and what they talk about, and then I'll may
Yeah.
or may not listen.
Typically don't watch the MMA stuff
No,
just because I'm not
No.
into it. But, man, he has some good guests. Highly, highly recommend that one if you haven't listened to it.
And then another big one. So I'm big on the Barstool
Yeah.
podcast,
Yeah.
and there's a few of them. There's quite a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah.
If I had to pick one, I would pick Pardon My Take. It's
Okay.
it's mostly a sports type podcast, but it's really enjoyable. They do.
Yeah.
I dig it. It's like their number one podcast on all of Barstool, and
That's awesome.
it's good. So check out Pardon My Take from Barstool.
I have listened to that one quite a bit.
Especially when football comes around.
Yeah.
That's one of the first ones I listen to on Monday or Tuesday morning whenever it comes
Yep.
out.
Yeah, you were the one that
get caught
introduced
up.
that one to me.
So that one's one of my favorites, especially when football season comes around. 'Cause
Yeah.
and that's another thing. Like, there's podcasts I only listen to during NFL season. So like, they're not. I don't even pay attention to them right now
Yeah.
because to me, off season's fun, but it's not relevant. Now, when
Right.
the games start up, there's like 4 or 5 different NFL podcasts I listen to every
Nice.
week
Nice.
to get. That's how I get everything. Instead of, I used to stay up and watch like Sunday night,
Yeah.
whatever, the NFL catch up where I don't even do that anymore. Like I watch
Post-game thing.
I watch the highlights and now listen to podcasts all week to get all the up to date
Nice.
info and what's going on.
Yeah. On Barstool, there's one that we've both talked about before. And I'm only going to mention it because it's a really, really popular podcast.
Is it the girl one?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Call her.
Yeah. Do you go out? Do you want to jump out there with it?
Wait, does it?
So let me preface.
Call me Daddy?
Hold on. No, let me preface. Now you're gonna screw it up. Now it's gonna agitate me.
God.
So here's the thing. It is very vulgar. very colorful.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
two chicks.
I can't listen to it, to be honest.
And the way they talk drives Cody nuts.
Yeah.
But
not the way they sound.
well, that's what I mean. Not the content. The way they present, like just the way they talk, their mannerisms.
Yeah.
Probably,
I can't take it.
He can't listen to them
It's too
talk.
much.
He
It's
can
too
listen.
much.
Yeah, but anyway, it's very vulgar, very hard R rated,
X-rated.
but I find it enjoyable and fascinating. So
Yeah, it's great.
It's called Call Her Daddy.
Call Her Daddy. That's right.
Is the name of it. It's two girls from Barstool. And I think when they came out with this year's top 20 podcasts of the year or whatever,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
ranking wise and popularity,
Well,
they were like number 14 or 15, but
I
they were
heard-
the only female podcast in the top 20.
I heard this week they were number 2.
Yeah, they have blown up
Freaking
huge.
number 2.
And they haven't even been around a year yet.
So check it out. I mentioned in previous episodes that I listened to the Logan Paul.
Uh-huh. They were on Logan Paul.
They were on Logan Paul. 2-part series.
Yeah, they did a LA.
Did you ever watch any of that?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I listened to it.
Okay.
But so Barstool is based in New York, but they have little outfits all over the country. But the Call Her Daddy girls are in New York. But they went on a LA tour. Like I say tour as in they went to LA and did a few different shows and podcasts.
Yeah.
And Impulsive was one of them.
That's right.
So they were a guest on Impulsive. I did listen to that.
What'd you think?
Dude, it was enjoyable. That's probably one of the ones I did listen. Impulsive shows.
They're crazy, but I mean, hey,
they're nuts.
They are.
But I'm so entertained by them. But again, very vulgar, very hard R rated.
Yes.
So if you can't listen to it or stomach it, don't.
Yeah.
But if
You've been warned.
it's wild. But the Call Her
but
Daddy girls.
they're popular for a reason.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, they're
that's
saying
what's crazy
a lot
about
of the
it.
stuff they're saying is stuff that what I gather people aren't willing to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they say, but not out in public,
Right.
And they don't care.
Yeah.
So it makes for some very interesting discussion.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, that's in line with Barstool for sure.
But
They put out some good content.
I could make a whole list of Barstool
Yeah.
content that I watch or listen to. But anyway, let's run through the rest of how many you got over there that you got listed?
I would say I've got a good less than 8.
Okay. So I'm
I
gonna
could probably pull off.
let's just run. I'll run through mine and then because I don't think we're gonna have the same.
If you mention one, I'll speak up.
And a lot of mine are probably really popular. You've either heard of them or if not, you can easily find them. So like I said, I do like getting on some history topics and listen to podcasts on history. History Unplugged is probably my favorite. They do a lot of interesting, different stuff, but they're all over the board. But right now, like specifically, I'm listening to a series they did it's about the Civil War, and they do like the Civil War and 8 battles or whatever, and break it all down and backstory and everything that happened. But anyway, if you're into history, you want to check out a history podcast, History Unplugged. American Scandal. They do like a season, like different. They do like a 10-part series on one topic, and they'll move on. I got interested in it because the very first one that was about the Balco steroids in the MLB, Barry Bonds and all that. So that immediately pulled my attention, and then they've done a different other stories. So American Scandal.
I bet that one was good.
It was really good, really good. And then there's some run through some like single podcasts. Like it was only like a 10-episode podcast of like stories or crimes
Like
or
a
something.
series almost.
So yeah, like Serial. It's probably the number. That's what broke out podcasts. I think is Serial. They actually did an HBO documentary on it a few months ago. That came out. Serial, S-Town,
S-Town, man.
and Dr. Death. Those three.
Huge fan of S-Town.
Yeah, those
everybody
those
is.
three were just like series. Like they're not like recurring podcasts. It was just like you listen to this one series, and once you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
And then there's another one. There's a weekly crime one called Crime Town that I like. So these are oddball. I'm throwing them in there because I'm not going to deny to listen to them, and they are my regulars. The Steve Austin Show. I dig and I'm into, and that is, if it rings a bell, there's a reason. It is Stone Cold Steve Austin. He does do a podcast. It is not a wrestling podcast, although he does have a lot of wrestlers on it. He has country stars and some other people, so he has a few different guests. But it's like he talks about hunting and fishing and just stuff he gets into. It's a lot of wrestling stories and stuff. Which just growing up in the 80s, remembering vaguely the 80s as a kid and then watching it as I got older, and in the 90s and with the Attitude and Stone Cold and The Rock and all that. It definitely, I don't know. It's one of those niche
It's like
things.
an inside look.
Yeah, but so real inside. This is the last one I'm gonna mention. There's one called "Something to Wrestle" with Bruce Pritchard.
Okay.
And so Bruce Pritchard was like the head writer or head VP writer, whatever. He was like Vince McMahon's like number 2 during the Attitude Era.
Okay.
And the other guy, the other host, does a bunch of different wrestling podcasts. And each week they will break down like a certain pay-per-view or a certain moment in wrestling history. But Bruce was there and involved in all of it. So he like breaks down behind the scenes, creative merchandise deals that was going on that may have influenced why The Rock won or why, something happened. I'm a wrestling fan. I'll put it out there, and definitely the 80s, 90s wrestling, huge fan. So
who wasn't?
I'm like hooked on this when they start talking about like pay-per-views and events. I vividly remember sitting in the living room with all my friends, like 10, 11, 12. So like going back as an adult and listening to like what happened, like really behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Kind of blows my mind. So that if I had to pick one, it'd be Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. And like I said, Bruce Pritchard was like head involved in it. And the other guy, Conrad, he's just a wrestling historian. He actually ended up marrying one of Ric Flair's daughters.
Whoa, no way.
So not the one that's the big time wrestler, but a different one. So he's married into wrestling royalty. And he's actually a wrestling historian. And then,
that's crazy.
Then Bruce was there doing all of it. And Bruce is crazy, like wild, like it is very entertaining if nothing else. So anyway, that's the weird stuff I'm into. I listen to podcasts,
awesome.
so go check those out if those pique any interest. But anyway, I'll let you get on with yours.
I love it, especially the wrestling, because everybody was into wrestling at that time, right?
And if you say you weren't, you're lying.
Yeah, you're definitely lying. All right, I'm gonna run through mine. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do this. All right. One of the first podcasts that I started listening to a long time ago. And it is what it is. Sounds like what it is. Talks about what it is. Blah, 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 blah. Bad Christian Podcast.
I did not include that because I knew I was leaving that one.
Knew it was coming. Yeah. I mean, I'm going like 4 years strong now.
That's probably the first podcast I listened to because you told me to.
Yeah. And it sounds exactly like what it might sound like. Bad Christian Podcast. It talks about all things going on in the world today. It's relevant, it's up to date, and it's from 2 guys who are in a band still, a band that I used to listen to way back, Emory, and then a guy that used to be in Emory, but he's friends and longtime friends and has been for many years with these 2 guys, Matt and Toby and Joey, who is the pastor. He's actually a pastor. So, highly recommend that one. Because,
yes, and I back that, by the way. I mean,
the word, Christian might scare you off, but I'm telling you, listen to it, especially if you've grown up in like, I don't know, just the type of, I guess, bring up that we've had. It's good to hear, like, because that's kind of what it is. It's like it's kind of like talking about your upbringing and then like really like deconstructing that and talking about all the details, and what did this really mean and what did that really mean and what does it really mean to us now. Just a really good podcast to listen to and kind of sort through. That's one of my favorites.
I would probably
on a personal level.
I would probably phrase it like it's a lot of conversations you probably had with someone or thought about outside of the traditional church setting.
Yeah,
like as far as questions or like discussions, like may or may not be fully appropriate
or comfortable
even talking
in like
about the classical traditional church setting.
Yeah.
this is what these guys do.
Yeah,
and
they break it down.
Yes, and it's
great.
I enjoyed it as well. I really do.
Yeah, and they have really, really
But
good
does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally, 100%.
Okay.
I mean, they have really, really good conversations on there, and they're not picky. It's straight across the board. I mean, they talk to anybody and everybody, and it's really good conversations. Highly recommend that one. Another one of my favorites, Business Wars.
Yeah.
Dude, the premise of this podcast is basically they pick two huge companies and they talk about the feud that they've had, and that could be like an ongoing feud. Like, for instance, Netflix and Blockbuster, Coke versus Pepsi, Nike versus Adidas, Marvel versus DC, Nintendo versus Sony.
Yeah.
Like,
And
dude, it's amazing. It tells you the backstory on.
I haven't gotten to them, but there is a lot that I'm interested
so
in.
good, man. Yeah, that's just Red Bull versus Monster. I mean, they talk. There's so many, and these are series. So like, it's a guy telling the story and giving you the background. Ford versus Chevrolet. I mean, you could. It just doesn't stop. I listen to whenever a new series comes out. I'm on it like Johnny on the spot. Really good stuff. And they also have a Business Wars Daily, which tells you like daily stuff that's going on in the business world. Keeps you up to date. Let's see here. What else? Short Story Long is another podcast I listen to. This is Chris Paff, which is his name's Drama. He's known from the series Fantasy Factory.
Yep.
With Rob Dyrdek.
Robin Big.
Robin Big, yeah. He was the Rob's cousin who would just always kind of like shy and funny in the background. Well, he's kind of he's developed a couple of podcasts now that I listen to, Short Story Long and Group Chat. So, really good podcast to listen to. And basically, the thing with Short Story Long is he'll bring somebody in and he'll talk to you about your business or your life, you know, starting with like when you were a child all the way up until you made it type thing.
Yeah.
And he talks to athletes, very high up business owners. I mean, you name it. He's talked to all kinds of people. Another really good podcast to listen to. How I Built This, same type model. They talk to really famous CEOs or business owners, and they just talk about how you got there and what it took to get there type thing. Let's see, what else do I got?
I see your pattern you're working with over there, though. You like that business content.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot
I like
of
it.
business
No,
content.
I dig it. Yeah.
And Labeled. Labeled is a really good one. It's from the Tooth and Nail record company that used to own or used to be a label that had a bunch of bands from like the 90s, early 90s, 2000s. Or I'm sorry, late 90s, early 2000s, which was like when we were in high school, Chuck, all those screamo bands.
Oh man, I was
and
not into those.
They
but
go
I know
back.
'em.
They go back and they talk about the stories of those bands, and it's really good. I really like it. Ben and Skin, which is the homeboys from Richardson, Texas. Basically their radio show, but they just convert it to podcast form in segments at the end of the day. So that's like local sports. It's like local guys talking about sports.
I have the other shows on mine.
Okay.
Like that I listen to.
Okay.
The G-Bag Nation and Sean and RJ.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'm with you on the same station, just different shows.
Let's see here. What else? That's pretty much it. That's all I got right now. That's what I'm listening to right now.
That's a wide. So between the two of us, we got a wide range of content you can go check out. So that is just a tip of the iceberg on podcasts that we enjoy, we've listened to, and for those 10, 15 podcasts, there's probably 20 we've listened to that don't even get a mention, either because we've quit listening to them or moved on, or it was just a series or something. So there is so much good stuff out there to go find. All you gotta do is search and look at it.
Men in Blazers.
There's another one, Men in Blazers.
That's Premier League all season long.
Oh, okay. All right. So
This American Life.
This American Life. Yep, that's a good one. I mean, I could. Yeah, I'm with you. I could scroll through a whole list of stuff that I didn't even get to. I'm probably
That's pretty much
subscribed.
it. I'll stop.
I'm probably subscribed to about 20 plus different podcasts. But it's just pick and choose on which ones I'll listen to.
And you know what? We're hoping to subscribe to all you guys out there in your podcast. If you have one, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. And
Pop in the comments.
Yeah, you know what? You can always subscribe to Modern Dude Chat.
Hey,
But
do that first.
Let's roll out with sports. So 2 big stories from this week. I think we'll start with the women's national team.
They won.
They won.
Surprise.
They're winners, back-to-back World Cup champs. And as the fans were chanting today, and I couldn't agree more, equal pay. Equal pay.
Were they really chanting that?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
They
should.
Yeah, because I read today that the women's team, they get about $200K each for winning the World Cup. If the U.S. men's team would have won,
That's it?
yeah, but listen to this: if the U.S. men's team would have won, the men would have got 1.2 million each, and that's what they're upset. That's what they're.
Oh boy!
And to me, obviously, the women's team's more successful. I would say more popular.
Okay.
And I'm going to go on a limb and say definitely more entertaining.
Okay. Time out. Is it as is the World Cup, Women's World Cup, as popular as the men's? And does
I think in the
payout, do they have a payout like that because so many more people attend the men's World Cup versus women's? And I'm not picking sides here.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Is there a reason behind that, or why they get paid?
I think it's just I don't know, because they were chanting it the World Cup organizer. I think
yeah.
the FIFA or whatever. I don't know, but
you can only pass out so much money. So what's
that's true.
What's the reasoning behind
I don't
that?
know. What is the reasoning?
Yeah,
I don't know.
good question.
I don't
hey,
know.
not that I don't agree with that, because I totally
I will
agree
say,
with that.
as far as the U.S. is concerned,
Yeah.
the women's teams
They should be paid more than $200K.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
They're
ridiculous.
They're more popular, more entertaining, and quite frankly, better than our men's team.
Easily a mil.
So
Easily a mil
they
each.
should be getting paid
At least a mil.
either by sponsors or leagues or what. They should find a way to pay them girls. That's for
Dude,
sure.
and actually, now that you mentioned it, there was a commercial. Man, what was it?
Today?
No, I saw it. I think it was on YouTube.
Oh, Nike released a new one right after they won.
It had to do with furniture. Son of a gun. It was like a celebratory dance after somebody scores a goal, and they all set up like somebody's on a couch watching TV, and Rapinoe is playing like the ottoman, and then somebody makes the comment, "Oh, that's awesome. What are they doing?" And they're like, "Oh, they're acting like this," and it was some company, and she's like, "Oh, well, how much are they getting paid to do that?" And the ladies that were telling her about it, they're like, they just kind of laughed. They didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like under the table type thing, They were getting paid by this company to do that during a game type thing. Anyways, it's just funny that they're actually having commercials out there that it's kind of mocking this.
Oh, no, it's fully on out there too. Nike released an ad after they won today, and someone else released an ad too, kind of pertaining going that road. But yeah, so congratulations, our U.S. women's team did it again.
Killed it.
Back-to-back World Cup champions. That's actually 3 women's World Cup champs we've managed to get from the women. So.
Is it 3 or 4? Is that it?
Is it 4? Well, I know they won in the 90s.
Somebody was telling me 4 today, but I couldn't.
4. Well, I know 3 for sure.
Yeah.
So
We won
anyway,
the last one.
And in the other big news, Kawhi Leonard finally makes a decision, and it was glorious. He's going to the Los Angeles Clippers, which is great because he didn't go to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, the kicker to that is the Clippers swung a trade for Paul George, PG from OKC, and that's what got the deal done. And that excites me to no end for the NBA season. I don't want to go long into it, but the super team era is over. If Kawhi went to the Lakers, that's one thing, but now it's over, and the NBA is going to be a freaking...
It's going to
be crazy. This season is going to be wild. And the only
This is the type of playoffs I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the season, the playoffs, the whole thing. It's going to be wild. And the only question mark I think left is How pissed is Russell Westbrook? And he's getting traded. Where does he end up?
Yeah.
So
Poor dude is stuck in OKC.
OKC's blown it up, and word is they're going to trade Russ too. It's just a matter of where.
That's good. I want to see Russ somewhere else.
So yeah, the NBA has leveled out. It is going to be a fun season. Like I can't remember being this excited for a NBA season just in general,
dude.
So.
So many contenders.
The off season is just starting, and I can't wait till October for NBA basketball.
Yeah, it's going to come down to like teamwork, collaboration.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I love about it is that
swallow your pride and go work.
I think everyone can agree the super team era sucked in the NBA.
Yeah,
and I think everyone's glad that this all happened, and now we get it kind of back. Like it's going to be. There's no clear cut favorites. It's going to be fun. But yeah, so NBA is going to be exciting, and just for LA in general, and just for the NBA, having LeBron and AD on the Los Angeles Lakers, and Kawhi and PG on the Los Angeles Clippers, that's pretty cool to have both
crazy.
LA teams ready and set to duke it out, possibly in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I mean, depending on how the format falls, they could be playing each other to go to the finals. So that will be fun to watch.
Heck yeah.
But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of Modern Dude Chat. As always, subscribe to us on whatever you listen to. If you're on iTunes or whatever platform you listen to this podcast, like us, rate us, give us a comment, and check us out on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Modern Dude Chat.
Pop in those comments.
You can also find us individually. I'm at Modern Chuck.
Cody Murph, CODYMURF.
That's going to do it. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.